Youth and youth organizations are not a priority of the state institutions and the municipalities, given the fact that after 2 years since the adoption of the law on youth participation and youth policies, many of the mechanisms that are envisioned in the law have not yet been implemented. So municipalities are showing very little interest in implementing this legal obligation. Just to give you a bigger picture of it, the law is requiring every municipality to have a local youth center, to have a local youth council, to establish a youth center and support it, to have a local youth strategy, to appoint youth officer in every municipality and on state level in every institution, then to have a youth office in every municipality. And the results are showing that local youth councils are established in only 10 municipalities, which is only 12% of the total municipalities. The total number is 80 or 81, including the city of Skopje. According to the data, there are only 7 municipalities that have conducted consultations for the local youth strategy, and only 11 municipalities have adopted youth strategy, which is 14%. And then there are many municipalities where the local youth strategy is already outdated, but sometimes even if it's not outdated, it's not being implemented. It's just a document, a paper in a drawer, and without action plan for implementation, without budget dedicated for its implementation. So speaking about the action plan, this monitoring done by the National Youth Council of Macedonia showed that only 6 municipalities answered that they have developed an action plan. Out of 81, as I said. Youth office was established in only 11 municipalities, which is again only 14% of municipalities. And when it comes to youth centers, they are open in 8 municipalities, but only 3 of them are according to the quality standards of youth center that was adopted by the Agency on Youth and Sports. The rest have been open before and are not supported by the municipality as it is envisioned in the law. So as you could hear, 14 was the maximum, the highest that I mentioned, the percentage of municipalities that have fulfilled this requirement. So maximum was 11 out of 81 municipalities. Bigger number can only be seen when it comes to youth officers. So far, 53 youth officers have been appointed on the from the state institutions, and from the municipalities is 56, so it's around 69%. But even though youth officers' appointments are actually appointment of a person that is already working in the institution. So it's not a new job opportunity. And even though it's not fulfilled 100%. Another thing that here should be questioned, of course, is the criteria for appointing, and are those 69, 70% that are already appointed, are they appointed because of their skills and knowledge or background in the field of youth policies, or any other criteria? I mentioned 3 reasons, but very briefly, as a bonus, I would mention additional reasons to those 3. I will kind of sum up many problems in one, and I would say a reason why young people are living in the region is poor quality of life. Because even if a young person manages to have good quality education, I don't know, maybe somewhere abroad or maybe in the private schools, and they have, let's say, a well-paid job and are very active in participating in the socio-political life in the country, they still would face a lot of problems in our society, starting from air pollution, lack of infrastructure, dysfunctional health system, then through corruption and broader dysfunctions of the system, like nepotism, absence of meritocracy, absence of rule of law, impunity, social issues, and exclusion, as I mentioned, especially for people with disability, then partisanship, selective justice, lack of cross-sectoral approach and interinstitutional cooperation. And I think that I can continue on and on for many more. And that's the reason why young people are not trusting the institutions, and other research is showing that high 83% of young people are not trusting the solutions. So everything that I said, all these reasons are blamed, of course, for feeling the insecurity of young people and are push factors for leaving the country for a better place. I think I would stop here in order to have more time for the other speaker and for discussions. So thank you very much for listening. I hope that some of this data have been useful, or maybe you can, the people that are coming from the other countries in the region can recognize similarity, and who knows, maybe we can find some solutions together.
Thank you, Maria, for your very clarifying presentation. And now I would leave the floor to another young scholar and also social activist, Agon Maliqi. Let me say that for us, when we say that our organization, youth is one of the main focuses, it's not a paternalistic attitude. We are trying to involve young people and to hear their voice and to further the dialogue between young people from the region and also to learn from them. Please, Agon, the floor is yours.
Thank you, Bashkim, and thank you for calling me young. At 38, I'm already by all definitions, no definition puts 38 into young, but I accept the term. You know, I will discuss today more from a policy perspective and broader regional perspective. So I've worked and we continue to work with youth through our civil society organizations, Bunkar, which I'm the chairman of the board of, but my work has recently mostly focused on regional developments related to politics, development, but also political risk and security. And migration keeps coming up as one of the top issues. The Balkans has been always a hotspot for discussions on, for conflict themes, also for issues of development. But this demographic hemorrhage has become now a major concern, not just locally, but also for international partners of the Balkans. Migration from the Western Balkans, but also all other parts of Eastern Europe has been a normal phenomenon. It's been for a long time. People from more poorer parts of Europe going to richer parts, getting jobs, getting skills, some of them coming back. But there is something to this new wave, especially in the Balkans, that has more reasons, raises more reasons for concern. I'll try to be brief and structure my comment into three basic sections. One, I'll talk about what are the motivations, and I'll try not to